Good morning. Glad to have you back with us, but miss seeing your smiling faces and wish we could be together again, but in spite of these trying times, let's go ahead and open in prayer first. Heavenly Father, I just thank you for each of these students. I ask you to be with them and bless their families, keep them all safe, keep them virus-free. Father, thank you for this opportunity in these times to have technology so they can continue their learning and continue to walk in the ways that you've deemed for them. Let this lesson go well. I just thank you for your blessings. Amen. Okay, you should have each received a packet, and in your packet you should have received a pen and a pen cartridge, an extra one, and a bunch of papers. Okay, we're going to focus on the papers that have the letters on the sides here for this first session. Okay, so while that camera moves, we'll get you set up. Okay, some of you are going to have pens that have a screw top. You just twist it open and the pen is there. Those of you who have the orange pens, it just pops off and then you just put it back on and make sure you hear the little click to make sure it's sealed tightly so the pen tip doesn't dry. Now, I like to have a scrap piece of paper here when I'm first starting to kind of get my pen started. Sometimes if your pen won't start writing right away, you can take a damp paper towel and just kind of wipe the pen on it, and that'll kind of clean off the tip a little bit for you, and then your pen should be able to write. Okay? Now in your packet you also had some pieces of just plain paper. I suggest you take one of those, as well as your first piece of alphabet paper, and use it as a backing sheet, just a little padding and just to help protect whatever surface you're on. Okay, now when you're working with a calligraphy pen, you want to hold the pen handle at a 45-degree angle and keep the tip at a 45-degree angle as well. And one way you can verify that you're keeping it at a 45-degree angle is to kind of draw a 90-degree angle here and bisect it with a 45-degree angle. If your pen tip matches up with that 45-degree angle here, then you're doing it correctly and holding your pen right. And you also know that you're holding it correctly, but when you do your letters, they go thick and thin. And if your pen is doing that automatically, then you're holding your pen correctly. Now Italics, unlike the Gothic that you were working on before, they're more ovals and angle. They angle to the right a little bit. And if you are right-handed, you just hold the pen 45 and 45, and if you just do your letters, it'll go thick and thin for you. The A's start out flat on the top, you push it forward and drop it down to a little oval, and then a little flip at the tail. And you're going to just space these out far enough. Alright, you do 8 or 10 letters on a row. And this number here tells you how many of each row you need to do. So if I have to do 3 rows of A's, I'm going to do them all the way to the end. Then I'm going to come back here, and in between my first row, I'm going to just place these letters now so that they aren't too crowded. Now when you do these letters, you want to make sure that your joints are nice and neat and that you're not getting them too wide. Don't leave your joints open and don't get your letters too wide. You want to get to the point where all your letters are looking like all your other letters. So all your A's are starting to look alike without any spaces. Don't get them too narrow. Try to work on consistency here. Now if you're left-handed, you can still keep it, I'll turn this a little bit, at the same angle. Even though you're writing this way, you can keep it at the same angle. Sometimes some of your thick and thins will reverse, but that's okay. As a lefty, if you have to turn your paper more this way to get that angle and do the letters, that is fine too. Whatever works best for you. When you're doing your B's, they're all one continuous stroke. Most of these letters are one continuous stroke. So your B's are down, up and around. Down, up and around. Down, again, oval barrel, oval belly here. And at the top of your B is a 45-degree angle, you're holding your pen correctly. If your letter looks like this or like this, that's too flat, that's too vertical, you're not holding your pen correctly. It needs to be 45-degree angle right there. Okay? Now the stem of your second row goes in between the bodies of your first row. That's why you space the letters as well. Okay, now your C, push this up a little bit, starts out just like your A. It's flat on top, and you just drop it down, and instead of coming all the way up, you just stop. Your D is just like your A, only you keep going. Flat, oval, up, down, here. Again, your stems of your second row go in between the bodies of the first row. Don't give me loops and don't make it too wide here. Okay, again, the top of your D should have that 45-degree angle. Your E's, their little noses are up in the air. They're a little bit snooty. Don't get them like that. Okay, so when you finish this page, you just go on to your next page, which would be the F sheet. And from now on, I'll do just one example of each letter so you know how to do it. Your F's, start at the top, push back, down, push back, and then just a straight line. And you can put that up here as well if you want. There's no real order to that, it's just a matter of preference at this point. Your G starts out just like an A, again, one continuous stroke, then come up with the body. Your H, down, up and around, again, that 45-degree angle there. Your I, it's a slash, down, slash, and then just a little slash for the dot. Your J is a slash, down, a little bit of a curve, and just a slash for the dot. Okay, let's go on to the K sheet. And if at any time while you're doing this your pen starts acting up, just grab that damp paper towel and wipe it off again. Sometimes if your pen is really clogged, you might have to run it under some warm water to get it flowing again. Just kind of wipe it off with a tissue or a damp paper towel to get it going again. If you have any real problems with it, just group me and let me know, and I'll give you some more suggestions. Okay, your K is down, up and around, and down, down, up and around, and down. Now your italics can either be very straight like your first letter is, or you can lean it a little bit to the right. It doesn't matter, whatever your preference is, whatever your normal handwriting angle is. Your L, down and around. Italics was designed to be something simpler and something that could be written more quickly than the Old English of the time. Don't forget just the little flip there on the end. Your O, you know how to do circles. So they want italics to be more of a natural writing for you, if not much neater. Okay, your P, this is one of the few letters that is two strokes. You do the back of the P first, and then you come up for the oval on the front. The back of the P first, and then the oval on the front. Now make note, the stem part is straight and then it curves. It's not all curved like that. Your Q is just like an A. Starts out like an A, down, a little tail. Q, down, a little flip. Your R, down and a curve. Your S, your T. Your T is one space tall, and you start with the stem first. This is another two-stroker. Start with the stem first, and then almost like a 4. So you're almost doing like a little 4 stroke here for the crossbar. So stem, crossbar. And that should fill in right there. If it doesn't, just go back and touch it and fill it in. Let's do that one more time. Stem, little 4. Your U, slide up, down, up, and little flip. On to the V sheet. Okay, your V, down, and you can push it up here for the little curve there, or you can actually make this 2 strokes if you want. Pull it down after you slide up, pull it down, and pull this down like that. So either push it up in a curve or bring it down to you, whatever is easier for you. That's the same with the W. You can pull this down, or you can continue just making it 1 stroke and pushing it up. Your X is 2 strokes, and then more of a curve line for this flow. Straight, slide, slide, and then a curve. Your Y is a slide, and just let the tail drift. It's almost like a U, only with a tail. And your Z starts down, slide, and over. Now we have numbers. Your numbers are simple, 2 lines of each except zeros. You're just going to do 1 row of zeros because they're just like the O's and you've already done O's. But your 1 is just a slide up and down. There's no bar on the bottom of it. Do about 10 on each row. Your 2, curve top, straight. Your 3 starts below, over, angle, and round body or oval body. Your 4 is straight, almost like your T, only let that space be nice and wide. Your 5 is straight, straight with your oval body. Your 6, curve within a curve. Your 7, slide down, slide. Your 8, now you can do your 8 with 2 circles if you want, 2 ovalar circles, or you can try doing it 1. To get the really round one though, you really have to do 2 strokes. Or 4 strokes if you're 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's fine too. Your 9 is opposite the 6, circle within a circle, curve within a curve, and then your zeros, just like the O. Okay, so do those for the lowercase and try to get those done today. Your next video will include capitals. So until then, talk to you later.